Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Football Now, a YouTube channel where we run you through the latest round of Premier League fixtures, give our own predictions, and talk you through the betting odds. As you can tell by the title of this video, we'll be focusing on Liverpool taking on Fulham, 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Liverpool are on European duty on Thursday, hence the Sunday kickoff time. Before we talk about last week's games for both of these sides, decent results for both, I think it's fair to say. Connor, do you want to talk us through those betting odds first of all?
Yeah, well, you can't back a victory here because Liverpool are at 1-4. I don't think 1-4 is ever worth it for any team, to be honest. I mean, I fully expect Liverpool to win. Don't get me wrong. You know, they are up there, top of the table. They're in third place. They are playing some really good football. And Fulham just keep, they keep plucking away. But 14th place, probably going in the wrong direction there. They had a good result last time out yesterday. Obviously, we filmed this on Tuesday. Good result against Wolves, but VAR on Wolves again. You know, it's a wonder that Gary O'Neill's got any hair left with the way they've been treated this season by VAR. So, yeah, certainly I'd be looking at maybe a draw at 6-1 for any sort of value. But cheeky little fiver, you never know. But yeah, it's hard to look past a Liverpool win, but at 1-4, I never like backing that because you just never know in the Premier League. It's a cliche, but anybody can beat anyone. Anyone can get a result in any game. But yeah, Liverpool, you have to say they've been fantastic this season, especially after a difficult season last season. And of course, last time out, they got a point at the Etihad against Manchester City. I'm sure you'll talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold's man of the match performance as well.
Of course. Yeah, we'll talk about that game first. Obviously, a big game with big implications just in the table there. Liverpool, City, and over the last 4, 5, 6 years, those two have been the main two competing at the top. Obviously, City coming out on top on most occasions, doing just enough to pip Liverpool at the end there. But heading into that game, I don't think a draw is a bad result for Liverpool or City, to be honest. But for Liverpool especially, I don't think we've won there in 8 years. There have been a few draws in that time, but we haven't won there. I think it was Jurgen Klopp's first season. We beat them 4-1 away from home. We've had a win there in the Champions League, and they might have had 1 or 2 in the Cup, but in the league, our form's not been great there at all. You've mentioned Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. If you looked on Twitter, you'd think he got his ass handed to him. People talking about Jeremy Doku. He was a threat. He was a constant threat. And he had us, on the edge of your seat thinking, oh no, what's he going to do now? Because he's very direct in the way he runs. He's obviously very pacey, but he can also come in inside as well on his right foot. He was playing on the left wing, coming inside on that right foot. He also brought his link-up play was good, but he took it past Trent a few times. We didn't do anything with it. Trent never really looked in trouble. And you look what Trent did moving forward. I think a lot was spoken about of his stats. Going forward, his forward passes, and obviously gets the goal, the equaliser with a great finish, and then shushes the City fans. It's a great few great pictures online for that. But yeah, a 1-1 draw away to the champions Man City is hardly the worst result in the world at all. I think you've said about Arsenal, and I've certainly said it about Liverpool. If Liverpool and Arsenal can stay within touching distance of City heading into the new year, I think we'd both absolutely take that and then see what can be done in that second half of the season to kick on and see where we find ourselves. Heading into the Fulham game, Fulham with a good win, like we said last night against Wolves. Controversial element to it with the VAR, a few questionable decisions. They probably could have had lost a player or two, Fulham, but it's certainly a result which you'd be back in Liverpool. I think Liverpool's form at Anfield this season's been very, 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 very good. Their form overall has been very, very good. But Anfield, they've played a number of times now in this 2 o'clock slot on Sunday, and they've got the results done. And these were the type of games last season, both at Anfield and away from home, where they were slipping up in. This year, they seem to have righted that wrong, and you expect them to continue that on Sunday. On Sunday, certainly. What have you made, Connor? Obviously, Liverpool. Because obviously, I'm a bit biased being a Liverpool fan, but I'm wondering and interested what the perspective of the side is from the outside looking in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's too dissimilar to Arsenal, where in the sense that I don't think Liverpool are playing as well as they were playing at their best when they were really going all the way, whether they were winning the Premier League or just coming up short. I don't think they're in that category again, and I don't think Arsenal are playing as well as they did last season. But I think the reality is Manchester City have dropped off as well. You know, and it's not really a bad thing for either of those sides because, you know, I mean, the Premier League, I know that season was a bit different, but the Premier League points tally needed to win the Premier League was going into the 90s and even 100 once for Manchester City, which is abnormal. That's not the norm. So we've been spoiled by some really excellent individual sides over the past few seasons. But I think we are regressing back to the mean now, which makes it more exciting because this is a proper title race. I mean, you've got 4 points between 5th place and the 1st place. So, yeah, I think Liverpool are at their scintillating best, but none of the other 3 sides around them are as well. So, yeah, I think it takes a lot actually for Liverpool to bounce back because, number one, they had a tough season last season. Their midfield was reconstructed in about a week. And also there was that debate, and still is the debate about Mo Salah. Is he going to go to Saudi? Is he not going to go to Saudi? So it really could have been a hairy situation for Liverpool that Jurgen Klopp has manoeuvred quite adequately.
Yeah, I think if you watch the game on the Saturday, there were some real positives, especially in that midfield. There's probably that clip which everyone's seen online, the 1 or 2 touch passes through City. We break the City press and we're away. I think we did end up losing the ball, to be fair, a couple of seconds after that. It's conveniently been clipped off the end. But you look at the, you know, like I said, we got absolutely battered at the Etihad towards the end of last season, April 4-1. It could have been 5, 6 or 7. So, yeah, we really have transitioned on. I think this does now feel like a Jurgen Klopp 2.0 at Liverpool. Ultimately, if I'm being honest, as much as I'd love to say that I can see us winning the league, I just do think that Man City will have too much in the end. But it's certainly been positives, huge positives. And we'd have absolutely taken this if you'd offered us in December to be in and around those top couple of places, especially off the back of last season. We'll talk about Fulham as well. You know, like I said, we can all mention the VAR. It's not Fulham's fault, to be there, you know, and a 3-2 home win against Wolves, a very good Wolves side. You know, that's a decent result that for Fulham. Willian scoring two penalties for the home side. I think he's been very good from this season. And now you look at the standings, what are they? They're 14th again. I don't expect them to be threatened by those bottom 3 places, just because we've said it in all the other videos that bottom 3 the bottom 3 in particular being, well, it's bottom 4 now with the punch deduction, but you know, Luton, Sheffield United, and Burnley, they just seem you know, a drop or 2 off the pace of everyone else. So
you sound like you're trying to find a very diplomatic way of saying that they're crap.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. They're crap. They are. And ultimately, I don't think Fulham will be anywhere near that towards the end of the season. But I think we're both going to be back in the home win there. Whether you'll touch it in the yak from a betting point of view, like you said, it's probably not worth it. But if you're just talking about the results purely, I think we're both going to be back in Liverpool to do the business. It's just a matter of by which score in our mind, Connor. And having said that, we'll go on to our predictions. What are you saying for Liverpool versus Fulham this weekend?
I'm going to go 8-0. No, I'm not. I do think they'll win with a clean sheet, though. I just think it's a matter of how many. I'm going to go with 3-0. I've got a feeling that you were going to say something similar, to be fair, but I'm going to go with 3-0 Liverpool. And Anfield as well. You know, it is a difference maker. Same scoreline they won last time out when they was at Anfield against Brentford. So, yeah, 3-0 for me, Liverpool.
I was going to go 3-0 again.
I knew it.
For the sake of the predictions, I'll go 4-0 then. I can see Liverpool getting a couple of goals. Liverpool also, like a number of the sides we discussed so far, will be playing in Europe on Thursday. They've got last at Anfield, so, you know, not too much concern in terms of travel and etc. We expect them to do the business there, and then the same on Sunday. I'm going to go 4-0 to Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp's side. Having said all that, it concludes our preview for Liverpool versus Fulham. You can check out all the videos we've done for each of the 10 games this weekend, on the channel. I'll also put a link to all our affiliated channels in the description down below across a whole range of sports. You can go and check them out, and we will see you in the next video.